Sean here with Green Irish Jeep and the Rhino Rack Batwing Awning Bag. I've only had this Batwing awning for a couple of years, and I don't get out nearly as much as I'd like to, but my bag has been falling apart. Every time I go to zip up my bag, it's very, very tight to get everything in there. And I've noticed that we started to tear to the extent that some places on the bag it's just ripped off entirely, and I'm afraid of the whole bag coming off of my Jeep, which was not good. When I wrote to Rhino Rack saying that my bag had fallen apart in less than 2 years, they said, sorry, not covered, but you can buy a new awning bag. It took a while for it to get into stock. I finally ordered it. It came with no instructions. I went online, looked on YouTube. I could find nothing about how to install the Rhino Rack Batwing Awning Bag, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. It doesn't look that hard, but I'm putting this video up here if anyone else is in this situation. It seems to me that the only part of the awning that you can actually get to on the outside are these two little plastic screws at the front end of the awning. When I went to remove the screws, they just came right off. You can see they just broke off of there. They didn't even unscrew, so the plastic they're using to make these screws is really not the best. Yeah, that screw just popped right out of there. I pulled the awning back and just gave it a little yank, and as you can see, they just kind of snap out of there. So your mileage may vary. This one I'm gonna have to grab a wrench and pull on, but the top one just popped right out of there. Then I think the next thing is you can see there's two channels at the top and the bottom of the awning mount here that these bits of piping attached to the cover attached to. Check this out. You just kind of pull it and it all just slides out of there. Look at that. All right. Oh my gosh, this is so much easier than I thought it was gonna be. Whoa, that was so much easier than I thought. You just literally slip it out of those channels and take your old awning off. Probably slide the new one back in. Here's the new awning, and there's the top and the bottom of these. And you just stick them in to the channel like that, and it slips in. Once you've slid the awning all the way on, you've got the little screws that we removed from the last one we have to replace. They give you a little baggie. Comes with two inserts and two screws that go into it. Hopefully these won't fall apart when I go to screw them in. You push that in, and you get one of these little plastic screws. Even being gentle, these things are just so fragile. I ended up just kind of pushing them in there. All those screws are meant to do is expand the things inside, which helps it stay latched. When this bag wears out, I'll just have to pop them out the way I did the previous set. Well, the new awning seems a little more flexible than the old one, but I'm not sure if that's just because it's new. It's nice to have a bag holding everything together again. You don't really need any tools for this, maybe a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver to mess with the screws on the end, but really those are so flimsy you almost end up just sort of pushing them in. It's more about getting the old ones out with the flathead to pry, maybe even some pliers to pull out the middle. But it's, yeah, looking good, super easy install. The material feels a lot nicer than the old material, but that may have been because the old material was on the side of the Jeep for 2 years in the sun. We shall see if this one remains as flexible and easy to zip up as it does right now as time goes by. I do wish that Rhino Rack had built a cover that wouldn't just fall apart within 2 years. That does seem a little flimsy. That's a little disappointing, but I still love this awning. It's so quick to deploy, and I'm not looking to change it anytime soon. Hope this was helpful for you guys out there. See you later.